You want to a life transforming experience as Pastor Prince Abah brings you God's word with deep insight and power. God bless you.
Forever. It's a level of his own. It's a level. It's a class of his own. So if you take 500,000 for instance to Pastor David and go and give him, and he's going to tell you, I mean, people like Pastor Novs are giving 100 million, one seed, Piam declares. PCJ them, 100 million, 200 million, Piam one seed declares. And that person is giving 1 million and expecting that they will come and sing praise and worship for him. Those songs are powering something. If you see the work they are doing, the financial sacrifice involved, if you see the physical commitment, the spiritual commitment, all the efforts they are making. Like when you go to the University of Lagos and you land the headquarters, there's no way you will not see PCJ in the picture. He pioneered that 10,000 seating project. Why would he not be at that level? When you go to Port Harcourt, you will see Port Harcourt has been subdued. Am I lying? By Dominion, PCJ. So people went with me to Enugu, they will see the man dressed in Sudan and they'll be smiling like this. He likes to smile in his mind. You don't just get there. It's not shining your shoe. It's not shining your shoe that takes you there. I was standing with Pastor and talking when PCJ came out of his car and somebody ran and said, PCJ. He turned. He didn't even know he left me. I ran to go and receive a son like him who is doing better than him. Because in this kingdom, your portion is earned. You fight for your place. You are not giving it, you take it by earning it and fighting for it. Treat it anyhow you want to treat it. Your business, my friend. But what I will be seeing that will make me know you're following well is your souls. The leaders you're raising out of them. That your territory. What is it like? Is this guy diligent or a careless person? This or that one, what is it like? What is happening in that campus? What's happening there? That's all I care about. I see that, we can now talk. We can now reason. I can say, give him that thing to do. Put him down. You think I carry 3 million, for instance? Why Pastor David? I'm a son like other sons he has. Do you think I carry this big project? Bam, put it the way I put it. Because the thing feels good on me. I'm entering a class. There's a place I want to enter. I'm pushing myself where nature is in the life of Oedebo. I'm pushing myself intentionally. You think it's sweet on me? You think I'm the only son Pastor David has? There are other sons and we are competing. Oh, holy competition. I don't mean bad one. Holy one. Because the day you will know that significance is important is when you go for an occasion and they're introducing people that matters and they put you in the class of and others. That's when you will know. The people's name they mention, why didn't they mention my own name? You will now realize that they are not mentioning those people's name based on their face. It's based on impact. You will now realize that Nenche and Ibiomi don't sit in front because of their face and their color of suit. You will know impact is a commodity that men does not trivialize on earth. You will know. You will know that men are recognized by the volume of their work, not by their talk, their work. Men are respected, recognized, and honored by the volume. So if you don't want to make impact, you don't want results, no problem. No problem. You can be in a meeting now. Let's assume maybe, I don't know if you've ever attended a meeting and in the course of the meeting they are closing. And the pastor picks the mic and says, we're already closing, but please, I must not miss this. While the meeting was going on, someone just walked in. And even before they introduced, the whole hall is already shouting because they know who walked in. Shouting, they know who walked in. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's just welcome Apostle Selman, please. Let's just 1 minute. Why did not give you who have been sitting down there since the meeting started? Why didn't they give you a mic to come and say something? Why is it this one I just walked in 1 minute before the meeting? Why? Do you sit down and ask yourself why? It's not a human being like you. What is standing him out from you? You don't want to sweat. You don't want to get anything called. You don't want labor. You are okay being in the crowd. But you see it happen to others. Ask why? Is it because their name is so and so? Is it because they have nice hair than you or nice clothes than you? No, sir. Their works. You don't want to walk in this ministry. You are blind. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It's not mixed out. That place you are, capsize it. Don't be thinking anybody here is whatever. Capsize the place and join me somewhere. Because you can have time wasters around you. Anytime I begin to talk like this often, it means something is wrong somewhere with you. Ask yourself, how many Tuesdays meeting have you dragged at least 7 people with you? 7. And I look at those guys, I say, who came with these guys? It's Pascal. Wow. Okay. The next week you're coming, you double them, they are now 14. And you're acting, you're preaching like me. You sit there, say, when you will finish, give me summary of what our pastor taught us. Did you hear what I said? I said, okay. I've seen. Okay. You will not see me fight such a person. The one I'm fighting is the one who is redundant, who is useless, who is messing up. Am I making sense? Tomorrow, all of you will have midweek service, including you, in that place. You give me all your report. If you like, don't WhatsApp me the reports. If you like, don't write it, don't send it to me. It's not a problem. I won't ask you, but I'll be following it. Because at the end of the day, the teacher will do his job. The student has his job to do. When you're in a class of 50 people, some made A, some made F, under the same teacher, it will tell you the teacher did his job. These other guys refuse to do their job. A pastor comes to Abakaliki, nobody knows it. There are billboards in town, nobody cares. If you see Biomi face in town now, you will know somebody is coming. Is it because his mic is golden color? Is it because his tie he bought it from Japan? Is it because his shoe is made of gold? What is the reason why? Everybody takes off. Biomi is coming. Hey, God has come to town. No? What is the reason? Impact. You think he's building that finger of God, 150,000 seater, because he just wants to build. It's sweet on him. They know in this life, people are on a race. Everyone is a ministry. You are racing. Paul said, this one thing I do. Say, leaving the things that are behind and pressing forward for the prize of the mark of the high calling in Christ. Pressing forward. He knows it's a prize he's pursuing. Ministry is a rally, it's a relay rather. It's a relay race. You are running and there are people running with you in it. For you to have your name etched and crested in the sand of time, you must make impact. It's not saying, no, I just did ministry of where 2 or 3 are gathered and God recognized me. No, men will not recognize you with that. Just understand it. And there are places your voice will not have volume. Have we not begged you enough? Come up hither. Come up hither. Come up hither. Have we not begged you enough? You see my life. I'm strategic and intentional about everything I do. About why I build a church. About why I position the church. Everything I do. Do you really study me? You think I'm just doing it because it's a choice? I'm just making a decision. You give me these 2 chairs. Choose which one, sir. Choose one out of them. I will not just choose. I would factor everything factorable. I will factor the position of this chair. I'll factor, will this chair give me visibility? I'll factor, will this chair give me more opportunity to influence and make impact? If I sit on this chair, if I choose this chair, will this chair help me to penetrate? Will this chair help me to do everything? Will be factored. It's chair. I'll factor everything. Everything. Everything factored. Because I don't study mediocrity, I study excellence. I study greatness. I don't just study pastoral ministry. I study people who have excelled in it. And the indices of their excellence, I study it. Okay. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1 to 3. I have to run. Oh, Lord.
Chapter 2 from verse 1. I will stand my watch and set myself on the rampart and watch to see what he will say to me and what I'll answer when I am corrected. Verse 2. Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets.
Watch the first verse again, please go over it again. I will stand
my watch.
I will stand my what?
Watch.
What do you watch with? Your nose? Your eyes. I will stand my watch. Focus. I must be watching. I must be looking. I must be seeing. I need to be watchful. Yes, and do what?
And set myself on the rampart.
Set myself on the rampart.
And watch to see what he will say to me.
And watch to do what? To see what he will say. I thought you hear what is said. How come you see what is said? I would watch to see what he will say. It is I would see what he will show me. To see what he will say. I'm talking now, some are hearing, some are seeing pictures. It's how you choose to translate it. Because the most important element here is your eyes. It's not your ears. You can finish hearing this thing. Have you not wondered, after hearing, you'll see the same person. I've talked about raising souls, winning souls, discipling souls. Come with them for your training. Do this evangelism, do discipleship, do this thing. And some people are not doing it. You know why? They are still hearing. They are not seeing. They are still hearing information. They don't have revelation. Because as I'm saying this thing, if their eyes open to see who I can be. So if I do this thing, see where I can be. See where I can take people to. See where God can take me to. See what I can do in this mandate. Their feet will now be ready to walk. But if they are just hearing information, they are just gathering knowledge. That knowledge, if it's not converted to revelation, eyes that opened, they will never pursue anything. They will only know, and they will never be able to do because they are not seeing. It's in seeing that you start doing. It's not in knowing alone. You can know, here, and be redundant. It is when your eyes open, you now see from what I'm saying, you see it. Then you will now be activated to go and walk. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And what I'll answer when I am corrected.
Yes.
Then the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain on tablets,
so that he that
who may run, who reads it.
So that he would run, who what?
Reads it.
So like what I did, the illustration I did, the blind man who now saw, what happened to him? He ran. When he was blind, he couldn't run. He was just standing and looking, moping. He ran when his eyes opened. So that's what happens when this vision becomes clear to you. Write the vision. Writing it here is not writing it with pen and paper. That's one part of it. But writing it here is writing it in the heart of the people, so that as they see it and understand it, they can now run with it. You can't run with a vision. Write vision does not mean write vision statement. It's not writing a word. Vision is for the eye. Write the vision. Let their eyes see it. If their eyes can see it, they will run with it. If their eyes can't see it, they will be delaying themselves and almost delaying you, the visioneer. Am I talking here? Am I talking here? Yeah. Once your eyes see the vision, that's what it means. Write the vision. As I'm talking now, what I'm doing is I'm writing. But it's for your eyes. It's not on paper. So you read it with your eyes. The thing must capture you. Your eyes must capture it. Then you begin to run with it. Oh Lord. It even says, for the vision is for an appointed time. It said, though it tarries, wait for it, for it shall surely speak. So the person who is pursuing a vision, even when he has not seen the big picture come to pass, he knows the thing is going to come. So he keeps pursuing it. He doesn't do it today and leave it tomorrow. He keeps pursuing. Even if it looks like the thing is tiring, he's on it. He keeps going because he has seen the thing. That's my secret. That's why in spite of everything, I still do what I need to do. I'm still moving. I'm still moving. You can't catch me marking time. You can't catch me sitting down. You can't catch me complaining. You can't catch me looking at impossibilities. You can't catch me looking at what cannot work. You catch me moving on. Even when everything is gone, I'm moving on because of what I've seen. I tell you how many things have come to me? And instead of being down, I went up. It's what I've seen. Your eyes need this miracle. That's why some people always want encouragement. Some people always want motivation. As today, Pastor, I was discouraged, but after listening to your tape, must you be discouraged all the time? Pastor, I felt like giving up, but somehow, hey. And when I see such people, I say, how many counseling sessions would this guy need before he understands this thing? One is a waste of my time, because it's like holding a blind man. I can't move fast with such a person. Who I need is somebody whose eyes are open. When I'm not even taking the steps I should take, he'll say, Pastor, you remember you said we're going to be here by suicide. What are we doing, sir? Let's run. When everybody is blind, where are you going to with the people? They'll just be in the city looking, waiting for miracle. No miracle happens until you make it happen. You want to be a wonder in the land by magic? It's the miracle of the eyes. If you see your picture in this thing and you see it clearly, oh, sir, I'll be the one. I'll be the one even wondering what is going on with you. What kind of alarming speed is this? Somebody will just stay in his house morning till night, not do anything, come prepare, wear suit and tie, and come for leadership meeting. He never visited his territory. He has never gone to look for her. Yes, he wants to be a person of. So when you're telling person of, you'll be smiling, thinking that person of just stayed in one place, one spot, and became person of. Go and see back full of rebukes. Go and see back full of bruises and stripes. Go and see back full of work. And that's what person of we're talking about. Used to be a sound engineer in the church. When these men enter, everywhere adjusts. You think it's by manipulating people? Even when they're not even thinking about it. They're not even thinking of how to make people feel that thing. This is their nature now. They have become it. If it's not you, then it's fake. It's not smiling when I'm telling you about it, because you just want position. That's why you're smiling. You don't want to see the work under it. Because when you are genuinely becoming this person, you don't even care whether people recognize you or not. But the thing is that you will get it at the end of the day. But if that's what you're looking for, you'll be sitting down somewhere hoping that somehow you find yourself there. Wrong heart and wrong motive. When it's genuinely who you are and you're pursuing it, watch and see. All those things naturally begins to pursue you. You will see honor, you will see recognition, you will see respect, you will see all kinds of beautiful things aligning your direction. You need to review your lives, my friend, and wake up from this slumber. Sunday is around the corner. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. You are having your midweek services in your territories. You will have it, though. You will have it. Campus fellowships you must hold. You will have it, though. And I'll see your reports. Nowadays, I don't want to push anybody from without again. You give me the report, fine. You don't give me, fine. Ever since I told you to start studying my tapes, have I called you to remind you? No. Because what I'm doing to you is something called self-regulation. I'm teaching you how to be a self-regulated person. So I don't need to call you and say, you didn't summarize the tape of today and send me. But you are doing it on your own. Have you failed have you failed a day? I'll go and check. But you summarize the tapes, put it in Microsoft Word, and send it to me. I read all of them. But have I replied you? I will not. That's me. But I will read word for word. I can even tell the tapes you read, you studied. The first one you did was on leadership and vision. That's the one you submitted today. That of yesterday you did was on what again? Still worship. I read both of them. I can even give you the summary now that you gave me. I will read it. I will not say it. I'll just leave. But it's part of the training. You wouldn't know. Go and pick. I gave a personal that assignment. Pick every tape I have on YouTube and start studying it every day. Summarize. You must submit to me every day. You think it's just go and listen and so you don't know. It's a discipline I'm instilling in you. By the time you are done, what you become? Some people are playing around here. God will pick nobodies and make them somebodies. Playing around. Playing around. Reckless people. You think we are doing try and error here. You don't know we're already in that Dominion City thing. We're already in that Christ Embassy thing. We're already in that house. We're already in it. I don't preach like I'm doing try and error. I'm already in it. You think we are still going somewhere? We're already on the road. You think we are still preparing to enter a bus? We're already on the road. Pastor Nob's already happening here. PCJ is already happening here. Reverend Tom's already happening here. If they know it, they will do better. Those who don't want to know it, be playing around. So be waiting for pastor to be calling you. That assignment you've not given me. Oh, that thing you've not done it. Be manufacturing excuses. I will not call you. I won't say a thing. Because how long will I keep leading the blind? How long? If your eyes is open, do I need to tell you where to follow? You know the road. You know the road. Do I need to tell you where to follow? I post things online every day. I don't bother again who goes there to check it or not. All I'm careful, you know what I'm doing now? I'm doing what God told me. Do the parable of the sower. He said that's what you should do now. Parable of the sower. Take the seeds and scatter it. Don't be looking for, you can be looking at Saul and be thinking that's the guy. David is somewhere in the bush. Don't look at anybody's face. Don't be thinking this is the guy, that's the guy. Mistake of Samuel. Trying to anoint Eliab. God said that's not him. I've rejected that one. That's why he takes everything you tell him on like it's on serious. He has arrived too early. Scatter the seed. Just leave it. Let the ones that will fall on the wayside fall. It's not your business. The one that will fall on the thorny ground, let him fall. It's not your business. The one that will fall on the rock, it's not your business. Just be scattering your seeds. The ones that will fall on good soil should fall and yield. Then when you find those ones yielding, focus on them. Those ones that refuse, leave them alone. Just don't bother. He said, but at all costs, keep sowing your seeds. Amen, somebody? Yeah, that's how it works. Please, as I round up, Jeremiah chapter 1, 11. Just read fast, 11 to 12. Then within 10 minutes, I'll be out of here. I'll be out of your way, Jeremiah 1, verse 11.
Jeremiah 1, 11 to 12. Moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Jeremiah, what do you see?
Are you seeing again? Okay, what do you see? He now said what?
And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree.
I see a branch of an almond tree. And what did God now say?
Then the Lord said to me, You have seen well.
For I am watching
ready to perform my word.
I am watching over my word to do what? To perform it. So it's what you are seeing I will perform, sir. It's what you're seeing I will perform. But Jeremiah, what do you see? If it's an almond tree standing there and you are seeing a guava tree, God will be frustrated. Because I know it's not guava tree. It's almond tree. So why you see the guava tree? If you can't see almond tree that God is seeing, I'm seeing you as a PCJ. You can't see yourself as a PCJ. I'm seeing you as a rentom. I'm seeing you as a captain over a nation. I'm seeing you as a principality over a whole continent. And what you're seeing is a wheelbarrow pusher. I can't take you there, sir. What you're seeing is a keke rider. I can't take you there. What you're seeing is just a normal cleaner guy. I can't take you there. If I'm seeing a Catherine Kuhlman in you, and I'm trying to prepare a Catherine Kuhlman out of you, and what you're seeing is a normal girl, sorry, we can't get there together. So God wants to take Jeremiah somewhere. He has shown him a very big future before that statement. He said, you're going to go to nations of fruit and plant. You're going to do this and do that. You're a prophet to nations. But first, Jeremiah, this I'm telling you, can you even see it? What do you now see? Jeremiah said, I see this thing you are saying. A branch of an almond tree. He said, you have seen well. For all these things written about you, I'm now going to be watching over it to perform it, because you're in alignment with what I'm saying. The people that are hard to lead are the ones who cannot see where you're taking them to. They can't see. The hardest people to lead are people who can see where you're taking them to. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Mark chapter 8 verse 23. I'm doing summary of these scriptures. There are many things I can say out of them, but let me just summarize it. Another day I will teach on this same topic again and more powerful. Mark 8:23. For I'm watching over my word to perform it. Do you know the prophecy hanging on your life? Do you know the vision of this mandate and where it's taking you to? If you don't see it, I have nowhere I can take you to. Yeah.
Mark 8:23. So he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit on his eyes and put his hands on him, he asked him if he saw anything. And he looked up and said, I see men like trees walking. Then he put his hands on his eyes again and made him look up. And he was restored and saw everyone clearly.
Do you see the issue? That this man was blind. Jesus took him by the hand and went out of the city and poured saliva on the ground, mixed it with the sand and touched his eyes. And he said, can you see? What do you see? So what do you see? He said, I see men as trees. Jesus said, no, you're seeing wrongly. You are seeing wrongly. I need to show you some. Because the man was already seen. But what was he saying? Men as trees. You can see pristine hills like Assemblies of God somewhere. You can be seeing pristine hills like one cherubim and seraphim somewhere. Another person will be here, seeing pristine hills like United Nations. Another person will be here, seeing pristine hills like a community of wealthy and influential people. Another person will be here and be seeing himself in this ministry on the wings of flights to nations where human beings are gathered in their thousands and in their millions. And he sees himself on that podium impacting lives, and I don't need to be there. So when this man said, I see human beings as trees, Jesus said, if you see human beings as trees, that means you're going to be cutting them with cutlass. People you're meant to go and be winning, you'll be cutting them down. People you're meant to go and be saving, you'll be hewing them down with axe. Because you see human beings as trees. Jesus said, no, you need a second touch. The first touch opened your physical eyes. The second touch will now open your spiritual eyes. Because you're not seeing correctly. It's not carry physical eyes and be walking around as a thing. It's can the inner eyes also see. Okay. Numbers 22, verse 15. It's a Bible study leadership meeting we came for today. Yeah.
Numbers 22, verse 15.
Hear this one now.
Then Balak again sent princes and more numerous and more honorable than they, and they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus says Balak the son of Zippor, please let nothing hinder you from coming to me, for I will certainly honor you greatly, and I will do whatever you say to me. Therefore, please come, curse these people for me. Then Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the word of the Lord my God, to do less or more. Now therefore, please, you also stay here tonight, that I may know what more the Lord will say to me. And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, if the men come to call you, rise and go with them.
Rise and go with them.
But only the word which I speak to you that you shall do.
Only the words that I speak to you that you shall do. Now watch what happened next.
So Balaam rose.
I hope you know this story already. Okay, continue.
Thank you, sir. So Balaam rose in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab.
Be watching.
Then God's anger was aroused because he went, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. And he was riding on his donkey, and his two servants were with him. Now the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, and the donkey turned aside out of his way and went into the field.
A donkey saw what a human being couldn't see. A donkey left the road and went into a side because he saw an angel with a blazing sword standing on the road. Now watch what Balaam did to the donkey.
So Balaam struck the donkey to turn her back onto the road.
Why was he striking the donkey? Blindness. Why was he hitting that donkey? See how an animal can see what a human being cannot see. The donkey saw the angel and moved by the road, moved out of the road and stood. Balaam took stick and hit him. And what again? Watch.
Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pushed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So he struck her again.
Are you seeing that? Because this guy is frightening here. See him standing and opposing. He moved quickly. Maybe if I brush you small, sir, you will see what I'm seeing. Maybe it will open your eyes. There's some people you use rebuke on them. Bruise their leg. They will even hit you more. Like correct them, hit them. They will still fire you the more. They can't see. Open your Facebook, you will see bad news, bad news. This one crushed that one, accident happened, 10 died. I like fool human beings whose eyes are blind.
Then the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn, either to the right hand or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam's anger was aroused, and he struck the donkey with his staff.
This is the third time, oh. The guy is now, okay, let me just sit down. Maybe this guy will see clearly now. Maybe it's because I'm standing, that's why I can't see. Let me go down. He squats. The same guy got angry again and released more strokes on the guy. Yeah. Now watch what the donkey said.
Then the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you that you have struck me?"
Do you know why Balaam's eyes could not open before? The same God, was he not the one that opened this donkey's eyes? Why didn't God just open Balaam's eye? What was holding it? Greed. Greed, money. The spirit of Balaam is a spirit of greed, money. He was so obsessed with making this money. Let me go and cause these guys and make money. The greed thing had blinded this guy that even God was looking for how to open his eyes. His eyes was blind. God couldn't help the guy. God had to now meet a donkey, open the donkey's eyes. Donkey saw. At least Balaam would have maybe called on God at that point and said, God, why is the donkey not moving? Then maybe God would have opened Balaam's eyes to see. But Balaam...
For the continuation of this message, please play the next track.